Hello everyone and welcome back to my Modern Warfare 3 Weapon Guide series. This time round we're going to take a look at the popular ACR, or ACR 6.8 as it's known in Modern Warfare 3. The ACR in real life is the Remington ACR, Adaptive Combat Rifle, is what those initials stand for. It's a popular rifle used both for military and civilian purposes, with the two manufacturers being Remington for the military side and Bushmaster for the civilian side. And the ACR, or Adaptive Combat Rifle, is one of the rifles that was considered, or is being considered, as a replacement of the M4 carbine, the current service rifle for the US Army. So there's a chance that this weapon might be the standard issue rifle for US servicemen and women sometime in the future. So in game it's obviously in the assault rifle category and it's unlocked pretty late on at level 50, and it's definitely one of the most popular weapons in the game. I was going to leave the review for this ACR until a lot later in this series, but it's been demanded so much that I just had to get it out of the way. So by popular demand, here is my weapon guide or review for the ACR 6.8 in Modern Warfare 3. So first up, let's take a look at the general features of the ACR in Modern Warfare 3. The damage figures come in at a respectable 45-30, it's 45 up close, dropping off to 30 at long range. This means you can get a 2 to 3 shot to kill at close range or a 3 to 4 shots to kill at long range. Back in Modern Warfare 2, the ACR stood out as being the death laser, in that wherever you pointed the thing would be exactly where the bullets went. There was absolutely no recoil on the thing at all. Things have changed slightly in Modern Warfare 3, there's a slight increase in recoil across the board, and as you can see by the spread diagram, the ACR does actually have a slight spread when fired with the trigger just held down. But still, in comparison to some of the other weapons, it's still got a pretty low recoil overall. From my test though, I'm pretty sure that the M4 has a lower spread than the ACR, so you might want to go in and into a private mode and just double check that. But I definitely think the ACR isn't the lowest recoil weapon in Modern Warfare 3. The overall appearance of the weapon is pretty similar, obviously being the same weapon as what appeared in Modern Warfare 2, but there's a couple of little differences. Mainly the iron sights have been revamped. No longer do we have that little strange little cross as the front kind of pin. We now have something that kind of resembles the Black Ops Commando a little bit, with those Treyarch style iron sights. I'm much more of a fan of these iron sights than I was of the iron sights in Modern Warfare 2. I was never sure whether the bullets were going to go at the peak of the front pin or actually at the centre of that cross. But at least with the Modern Warfare 3 variant, we've got a definite front pin, and it's pretty obvious as to where those bullets are going to go. I mentioned in the last review for the FAD that I wasn't a fan of those iron sights because of the two bits of metal at either side that would throw off my aim and make me aim too low. But with the ACR, as you can see, the two little side protection pin bits are the same height as the main front pin, which is what I was kind of meaning with me not liking those FAD iron sights. And overall, with those iron sights and the overall slim appearance of the weapon, it doesn't take up much screen real estate at all, so it's not a weapon that's going to block your vision and inhibit you, and that you don't see a bad guy who's standing right next to you. So let's move on and take a look at some more detailed statistics of the ACR in Modern Warfare 3. So fire mode is automatic like most of the assault rifles. It's got the usual 0.30 second aiming speed for the assault rifle category. The rate of fire is 45 rounds slower than its Modern Warfare 2 counterpart at 705 rounds per minute. In comparison to some of the other weapons in the assault rifle category, it's pretty low. We've got an average now of between 750 and 780 rounds per minute with the SCAR, the M4 and the G36C. Then we've got a couple of weapons that have a much higher fire rate, like the FAD, then a couple of weapons that have a slightly slower rate of fire, like the AK-47 or the CM901. So the ACR just comes in slightly below average at 705 rounds per minute, but that's probably what helps keep its recoil in check and keep those bullets firing on target. One of the best features of the ACR is its reload time. It's the quickest out of all the assault rifles at 1.90 seconds. So should you want to be using a class where you've switched out sleight of hand for something else, then this is the weapon to go for, as those faster reload times as standard will definitely help you stay in the battle. And finally, magazine size is the usual 30 rounds to finish off the statistics for the ACR. So like I mentioned, the ACR is definitely one of the most popular weapons in the game, and it's one of the most popular from the assault rifle category. I think the Type 95 takes first place slot, but since it's 3-round burst, we can kind of exclude that and just take a look at the fully auto assault rifles. The best feature has got to be that low recoil. Recoil is not really an issue across the board in the assault rifles. None of them really have a crazy recoil pattern, but being able to just hold your trigger down and fire bullets in an exact direction is definitely always handy. Likewise, having a super low reload time like the ACR is always handy, so you don't need to run sleight of hand if you so wish to choose something else from that first perk slot. Otherwise, there's damage figures. The ACR has pretty high figures, 45-30 like I mentioned, that's 3 to 4 shots to kill. So overall, stats wise, it's one of the best weapons, which is probably why it's seen so much in game. So let's finish off this guide with a look at my recommendations of attachments for the ACR in Modern Warfare 3. So when using the ACR, I'm always torn between the silencer or extended mags. We don't need a red dot sight at all on the ACR, since those iron sights are really nice and clean, which frees up that attachment slot for extended mags or silencer. I think my preference just leans towards extended mags. The ACR only has an average 30 round magazine size, so increasing this with extended mags just helps allow you to spray more bullets towards the bad guys. You can go on some really nice kill streaks with the ACR, so those extra mags will really come in handy. Otherwise, the silencer gives you some other advantages in that you can stay off the radar and avoid being hunted out whenever you open fire. You do sacrifice a bit of your range in that the long range damage figure will be much closer than you would be without the silencer. So you're looking at those 4 shots to kill at ranges that you would otherwise be able to kill in 3 shots. Otherwise, if you're looking to have a bit of fun, the thermal scope can be a good choice. This is probably the only weapon I'd consider the thermal scope for. Since it's got a low recoil, the thermal scope or any of the other long range optics are quite a good fit, seeing as the scope's not going to bounce around all over the place when you open fire. If you're looking to just play around in the game, then I definitely recommend giving the thermal scope a try. It can be lots of fun in the right lobby. So that's it for my guide to the ACR. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, consider dropping me a thumbs up or a like on this video to help spread the word and share the video with others. If this is the first video of mine you've seen, subscribe to stick around for all the upcoming Modern Warfare 3 weapon guides, as well as my Modern Warfare 3 class setup recommendations. So thanks very much for watching everyone, and I'll catch you all later.